It's only my second time doing this, so not very professional yet. We're here with Ross Turner. What's up, dude? How you doing, man?
Good. Yeah?
Yeah? Coming all the way out to Bartlett.
Yeah, God damn you for this.
Making the hike. I appreciate you. I really do. I want to vocalize
It ain't
that.
that bad coming out here. It's just like, you're like, you live where? You want people to come out here for your show? You know what I love about coming out to like someone's setup?
Yeah.
Is that you don't know, you start to realize how robbable so many houses are, because you got so much expensive stuff in these homes.
Every single time I bring someone here, I'm like, all right, now I got to file that away in the police report.
No, 100%. You got to be nice to me. Otherwise, I'm going to leak this information and this address to the wrong people. Same guy who broke into my car and smashed my windows, I'm just going to write on a little piece of paper.
Yeah. Here's where you can find a bunch of stuff.
And that's the address.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. You know, I always like visitors. We don't get a lot out here. So this is for Headshot Comedy Show. This is just like, I'm trying to do a thing with getting the comics. You're obviously going to be hosting the show, which again, I appreciate. Trying to, like, for people who aren't in the know in the Memphis comedy scene, giving them a chance to get to know who they're going to be seeing in the show. Mm-hmm. So these are just questions that I put together to help the audience know you better. Ross
Shoot.
Turner.
All right.
Yeah. So first off, where did jokes come from?
The navel.
Just navel gazing all day.
Yeah, I mean, just like, are you like? Is this like a serious like? Where do my ideas come from?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
The 15 minutes before sleep. 30 minutes in the shower, because I shower twice a day.
Okay.
And just random shit. I mean, yeah.
So when your brain's like checked out, you dip into the subconscious.
I don't know. You just kind of. It's wherever, whenever.
Okay.
It really is everywhere and anywhere at the same time.
Right.
There is no specific spot.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So how long have you been doing comedy?
8 years.
8 years. And you also what radio station is it that you
98 the max.
Okay. And how long have you been doing that as well?
9 years.
9 years. So you started doing radio before comedy.
I'm only been here for 9 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know your history, man. This is as much me getting to know you.
You better ask your questions better, man. You got to line these up better. You're starting at the end.
Oh, is this the end questions?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
I moved here from Atlanta. I was doing radio there, and this is the first full-time job. I was doing I was doing promotions in afternoons and not afternoons, but like I would fill in for anybody during the holidays and stuff like that. I mean, really just like the entry level. I want in this industry, and you have to really do and take whatever is available, and you don't get
climb
paid.
Your way up the ladder.
100%.
So and why the push to get into comedy? Was it just something additional to do?
No, it's one of those things I always wanted to do it, and my fiance and I broke up, and it's a common tale. Everybody's almost all these comics got the same. My theory is
some trauma, and then you decided to go.
Not trauma. No, it's you finally are free. You're only embarrassing yourself now.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
You don't care about the
when
names.
So many people don't do things in their life because they're tethered to somebody,
right,
who they don't want them to look in their eyes.
Shame.
Yeah, and you got to be like, that was.
Yeah, it's rough. You got to explain that away. But once there's no one to explain it to,
then you're free.
That frees you up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then the trick then is in bringing people into your life who are like, look at this axe murderer.
Of course. Okay, here's this sociopath out there.
Yeah,
bringing them in and not making them feel uncomfortable. That checks out. So, so you started in Atlanta. The next question I had is, where do you consider home? So, like, I know you've moved around a lot. Bit, yeah.
I don't consider anywhere home.
You're just transient, a nomad.
No, I mean, I have a home tattooed on my heart.
Okay.
And that is like, I believe wherever you are and wherever your friends are, that's kind of wherever you make your bed is your home.
Interesting.
If where you are is not kind of conducive to who you are, you better leave or make it your home.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
nest. Yeah. Figure it out how to make it your own.
I understand the feeling of being out of place, but I also feel like you're not connected to anything. So if you don't feel at home where you are, you better go
find it.
Go find it.
Okay, yeah, it checks out. Cool. What's the best breakfast?
The one that doesn't make you go back to sleep.
So no carb cakes, no waffles.
No, every morning I eat an avocado, a yogurt, and a banana, and that's what I get. And I don't eat anything else till like 4 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a lean mixture to run on. Like as far as fuel wise, it seems like
The
energy
biggest
consumption.
I feel like the biggest joke or terrible. Eating like you go overseas, they just eat spreads and like croissant and
Like
stuff like
Vegemite
that.
and shit.
We eat like breakfast,
Yeah,
and then
whole
all that does
meal.
is bog you down. I mean, you're not running efficiently.
No, because
Like,
you're sluggish and shit.
You should be a little on edge, a little starved,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
especially at the beginning of the day.
Yeah, Hemingway talked about that in A Movable Feast, how like he would hold off eating throughout the day, and then he would go to the museums and like the colors would be more vibrant and stuff because I think it's a little bit of that delirium.
Because you're
starving.
You're hangry.
Yeah,
you're like
you're
pissed.
malnourished.
Yeah.
it's
now
eating away at your
I'm
system.
housing like 6 cups of coffee. Like
Okay, yeah.
up until
So you're geeked out.
yeah, I'm that guy.
Okay, that makes sense. A lot of people, I mean, to your point, a lot of Americans get by on like way too much or a lean mixture where it's just energy drinks, Red Bull, or coffee, and they run on that, which is just fumes essentially, like combustible shit in your stomach. What do you do to What's so funny?
I don't know. That was the
end of that thought?
Yeah, that was but that was like the laugh giggle. That was the period on your sentence.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. What do you do to exercise?
I go to the gym. I run. I row. Lift weights.
Yeah, you stay in shape. Yeah.
I do.
Cool.
I just started doing it when I was younger, and I never stopped.
So that's been a lifelong thing.
Yeah.
Always been like into fitness. Were your parents into it, or is that something you picked up on your own?
No, I picked up on my own. Like, I mean, just in high school, they had like a weightlifting class. You took that as an elective, and I started lifting weights. And
A weightlifting class. Were the
weightlifting
finals
class.
hard?
What's that?
Were the finals hard?
Yeah, they're intense. Well, their finals was you maxed out at the beginning of the semester, and you had to get a certain percentage by the end. You had to actually
show
experience gains.
improvement?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you couldn't just like coast. You couldn't be like portly with
So
like
wait,
the
could you
tank
know
top.
that beforehand and like just
And,
barely max out? Quote
Now, you
unquote?
could do that 100%, but I
Cheat
mean,
yourself. Yeah.
9 times out of 10, if you're with a bunch of dudes and like 2 other, actually, all right, there's a couple ways to go about this, but if you're with a bunch of dudes in a weight room, the ego is out of control.
That's the competitive edge.
And then you throw 2 or 3 women in there, which were in that class,
to show off
and
for
it's
sure.
absolutely, and it's just, it's just cavemen at that point.
Especially with like the young, like hormones, testosterone just going off the charts, man.
I'm surprised there wasn't like any like Me Too movements. I'm looking like looking back on those, it probably was, but like
Yeah. I'm sure it'll come out.
it
once
was,
this
but it was
interview hits
pretty
the air.
tame. It was all like between our ears, and like when the guys look at each other, like,
Like in hushed tones. They aren't vocal about it like how they are now. Everyone's too vocal nowadays.
yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm just thinking construction workers in the 70s. Hey, toots.
Hey, how you
Show
doing?
me your
Oh,
tits.
wow, look at that thing.
Yeah, that wasn't really, but that wasn't any more like
That
intellectual.
right. It's just aggressive.
Yeah.
Do you believe in deja vu?
Yes, but I mean, we know what it is, so it's not like a real thing.
You mean what do you mean you would know what it is?
Scientists already know what deja vu is. It's the receptors, like the synapses in your brain, are firing slower in that moment, so it feels that the present is the past. That's why it feels like you've already seen it.
So is it like time dilation, that kind of thing?
It's I think it's just like it's a lap in consciousness. It's actually your brain fucking up.
Oh, just like a brain burp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's so deja. It's when it comes to so many things like that, I'm like. When heaven and belief and all that stuff.
Sure. I wanted to go like with, do you believe in God? But that's too much. Like deja vu seems a little bit easier.
God is whatever you want it to be. That's the reality of it.
I think God's like the internet. Like you get what you search for.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Pretty deep, right?
Yeah.
College, man.
This is worth coming out to Bartlett.
Just for that question. We're done here. We can wrap.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna hate the next one. Okay. What's your Desert Island 5 albums?
Go fuck yourself.
All right, that's a good one. That's a good one to start with.
I don't know. Those are always tough. I was Block Party Banquet. I mean Block Party Silent Alarm. That album. I'll go Queens of the Stone Age. Songs for the Deaf. From there on out, and I kind of, it gets a little.
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin 2.
Okay.
And
It's just for the people out there. They just want to know you better.
yeah. I'm trying to give you legit answers here because that's
Yeah.
it's a shitty interview when someone actually doesn't reach in their head.
Care.
When they don't care for the question. So
blow it off.
I hate those interviews. I'm trying to think so I'm thinking of bands that I'm into now. Graveyard, Hillsing. I'm gonna fuck it up saying it. There's a band called Graveyard. They're from Sweden. Hillsing Blues. Mm-hmm. It's just them on a raft. That album's absolutely amazing. And what's another one on a.
Yeah, the
probably
fifth one's the
real
tough
chill.
One, to tie it together.
Yeah,
You're gonna have those days on the island.
Well, I'm gonna have one of those. I'm sad.
Right,
I'm
you need
I need
Jack
a sad
Johnson
album.
or something in between dreams.
Well, if you're on an island, if you're already living a Jack Johnson album,
that's what I think.
So you probably don't need to double down on it.
I think Desert Island is misleading too because I think like Paradise Island, like everything else is taken care of. This is just the soundtrack for the rest of your days.
Yeah,
so not trying to escape the island, not trying to survive, but just all right. This is what I have. This is what I'm going to listen to now.
Yeah. I don't know the third one because I'm going to pick something. I actually like getting sad.
Sure. Yeah.
So I would, if I'm on an island by myself, I would love to feel sad every once in a while. So I'd have to have a soundtrack for that. And
you could pick a.
I know.
Go for it.
I don't know the name of the album, but it's the First Aid Kit album.
Okay, I don't know.
And they're again. I'm a sucker for the Swedes. They're like a Swedish duo.
Okay,
and they sing very like beautiful, melancholy, acoustic songs.
Yeah, so that's just you like staring out at the shore.
Yeah, staring into the void.
Yeah,
but it's hopeful, but it's sad at the same time. There's a longing in it.
That's a good island vibe.
Yeah,
that's what people need. Let's see, what's the best smell?
Ooh.
Oh. Yeah, the interview gets layered as it goes on.
No, you know what it is? There's two smells.
Two, okay. So gold and silver.
When you're in love with someone and you like their BO.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's the best smell.
The oxytocin release.
Yeah, you just know, and you know that smell.
Sure. Yeah, when you have a person.
Yeah.
And it's unique to you and that relationship.
Yeah.
And yeah,
that's the best smell.
Pleasant. And what's the second one?
Well, I was thinking their crotch.
I think that falls under BO.
Yeah,
that's just a more specified
I was
BO.
That's like the same thing. Like, I've liked the smell of someone's ass. Like,
that's love.
Like I just know the.
Yeah, put that in your vows.
Yeah, I'm like, ugh. I fucking love you.
I feel disgusting saying this, but I fucking love it.
Yeah,
it's you.
It's you.
I know it's you.
It's you.
It's not roses. What's the last good thing you read?
It was How to Be an Astronaut. It was about this guy who he was an astronaut. He was at the International Space Station. He kind of just went through
what all the training,
all the training, all this, that, and the other, and what it's like. Like the best of the best of the best. But like they're like all like Navy pilots and.
So it was autobiography.
Yeah, but it was almost like anecdote. It was just like anecdote after anecdote after anecdote, and and. Because I went on, I haven't been, this is the longest I haven't, like during COVID, I was crushing books. And then I kind of afterwards, I was just like, I'm kind of just haven't been back
out into the world.
Yeah, I got back into the world. I haven't been reading as much, but I was the last one. And Black Flags and Blue Waters. It's all about pirates, like pirates from a
lot of adventure vibes, astronaut, piracy,
but real stuff that really happened.
Okay, yeah, like the true adventures, not fictional stuff like that.
I'm not the fictional ones. I always end up like I tried reading Blood Meridian and I got lost in like the lingo and I was just like, all right, I know it's good, but I don't.
Is it though? Like that's the job of the author to keep the reader 100%.
You know what? You hear enough people say that something's good, and then you don't think it's good. You're like, what the fuck's wrong with me?
Yeah,
I love No Country for Old Men, and that's the same author. So I was like, but I'm like, oh, this is so immersive, and he's painting the world in such a way that I was like, I'm very ADD. I think that's why I like nonfiction because I can. It's grounded in reality.
Yes,
I know where you're talking about. I graduated from high school, so I know where this country is. I know where this place is.
You have enough reference points to actually tether it and make it real.
Yes.
And enjoyable. Cool. All right. How many chickens do you think you could fight off at one time?
See, this is the problem. If people don't realize they go for the eyes.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And to be clear, these chickens, they are of one mind, and that mind is to kill you.
Okay.
Like, to take you out.
Fuck, man, I might not even. I mean, 3 chickens might be
Three?
the limit. Look,
Surely you could take more than like 5.
I'm gonna,
Because they're chickens, you know.
yeah. You know what it is? Because I'm gonna come out the gate kicking, not swinging, kicking. So I'm gonna punt. But I'm not. I don't think I can do enough as much. I don't think it. I think they're tougher than you give them credit for.
So you don't think they're going down in one hit?
No, I think you can crack a sternum, but they're still moving.
Yeah, I'd try to break necks as much as I could.
Yeah, but you got to like actually target. But you're talking about a symbiotic relationship amongst chickens, so they're all coming at you like Braveheart.
Yeah, but still with chicken brains, like they're not thinking tactics of like you go for his leg, I'll go for his eyes. They're just all thinking and attacking.
Okay. I'll go. I don't want to be cocky. I'm gonna go.
He's funny.
I'm gonna go 17.
17 chickens at once.
Yeah,
that's a
because I don't know what
reasonable
I'm gaming the fact that they're gonna go for my eyes,
Yeah, of course.
and that's gonna scare the shit out of me.
Yeah, feathers flying, everyone all screaming and everything. Someone pointed this out to me. Apparently chickens, they have a thing, like not unlike goats where you scare them, startle them, and they fall over, like passed out or whatever. Apparently chickens have very fragile hearts, so if you can startle them enough, they have heart attacks. So I wonder if that could be like a power move where you scream and take out like a wave of them.
Yeah.
But then you're going to be screaming yourself hoarse. You can't do that all day.
It'd be weird that I think I can take on more 8-year-olds than I can chickens. Like
Okay, fair
I could
enough.
probably crush,
Just
some
get
8-year-olds.
backed into a
just
corner.
throat chop. But I saw this video, and I don't know if it's real, and maybe a farmer will know this. Like you hold a rooster or a chicken's beak to a ground, and then you draw a line on the ground.
Passes out. I saw that.
And it doesn't pass out. It becomes entranced. It's now hypnotized, and it'll just lay there until you
Whop away the line?
Yeah. It's a good word. Whop away the line.
Whop away the line.
I like that.
Yeah, very Italian.
Okay.
It's a slur. Fuck. All right. Good chicken answer. I like that.
Yeah.
Honest that you could take 17 chickens. If you died and went to heaven, what would you like to hear upon arriving at the pearly gates?
OJ did it.
Perfect. Yeah. Just to have confirmation, just to know.
Well, yeah. In theory, just like, oh, by the way, you're welcome. You're like you're like.
But that's why you get to get in.
Yeah.
By the way, OJ killed for your sins.
Yeah.
So come on in. What upsets you?
Like real talk.
Yeah.
Being alone.
Be real. Yeah.
I hate being with someone who's just unbearable and tells terrible stories.
Okay.
I hate. I don't know. I hate hack. I hate. You know what? It was funny. There was someone told me. They said I quit writing music when I realized I can get paid more money to play other people's songs, and I remember being like so angry at that person.
Yeah.
And I wrote them off.
Yeah.
I just wrote them off. I'm like, you're not
in it to win it.
And not even. It's not like people who are creatives are in it to win it. You're just in it because you have this thing inside you, and
you'd be miserable doing anything else.
Anything else,
yeah,
or at least giving yourself the shot to get it.
So
throw
it
it out
sounds
there.
like you get upset by like limited or wasted potential, or someone who like chooses. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. Because so many things upset me. Like literally, I could give you a shopping.
Yeah, there's
shopping
a
cart, but like that.
List.
I don't know. I'm listing things that piss me off at the same time. I don't know, because upset is like a form of disappointment. Term. Yeah, it's
intentionally vague. It's how you interpret it.
Yeah.
If someone made a Netflix documentary about your life, what would it be called?
It's an onomatopoeia.
Of course.
I don't know. It's because it's like always like the comedy album and the biography title are like the same thing. Yeah. Still standing after all these years. It's
yes, that's actually a good one. That'd be really cheesy for a good comic special name. Still standing, especially if they were paralyzed.
Yeah, especially if they're paralyzed.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've given you a good answer yet on that one. I don't know. I was trying to think of like a blanket, like.
I appreciate the amount of thought you're putting into it.
Yeah, because now I'm thinking on like how I'm the only I have no family around me. Just a transient lifestyle that I've lived throughout most of my life.
I'm not meaning to highlight all that. It's just what's coming up.
No, it is what it is. You know, that's not an insulting thing or weird. I don't. Not insulting, not weird.
That's it.
That's it.
There you go. That's not weird.
Meanwhile, I've been incredibly insulting, incredibly weird,
exponentially more as the time goes on.
It was funny. I was sitting down. I was out on Friday night, and we were hanging out. And this girl was sitting there, and we're talking, we're laughing, this, that, and the other, one thing. And it wasn't until after I was like, oh, I gotta leave, and because we were at a table with like one couple, and it was just us for a minute. Mm-hmm. And people were kind of adding this, that, and the other. And I went to go introduce myself as I was leaving. She's like, oh, now you introduce yourself? And I go, well, fuck it then. And then I left.
No, that's how you handle that.
She laughed.
On her.
She laughed. And I can't remember if I laughed or if I was just like,
fuck you.
Yeah, I didn't know.
No. It's too little too late.
Yeah, no, but it's been ringing in my head ever since.
That's the true marker that it's sat with you all through the weekend.
Yeah.
It's still coming up.
Because it cracks me up. It cracks me up at the same time. I'm like,
it's one of those little life replays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Let's see. What's your favorite word?
God, a favorite word.
There's a lot to choose from.
Oh. Clouder.
Clouder?
It's like a clouder of cats, you know, like a murder of crows.
That's not a word. Surely
right?
not.
Someone said it at a party once, and I was like, clouder. I was like, oh, what?
That sounds like you're mispronouncing chowder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you fucked up clam chowder and pushed the two words together. Yes. But it's a group of cats?
It's a school of cats.
Interesting.
A clouder of cats.
How many cats does it take to constitute a clouder?
I'm guessing 4.
At least 4, I would think.
Yeah.
At 3 that's just a group.
Yeah. 3 is what we call an art degree.
An art degree.
Yeah. And 4 is a clouder.
A clouder. That's when you get some clout.
It's not even my favorite word. It's just one that stands out. I just love.
That's a good word.
It's a good word.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's weird.
I like words like that, like a murder of crows. That's a fun one. I thought for the longest time that you, like a group of cows, you would call it a frink, but I looked it up recently. That's not a word.
I love the word vapid.
Vapid or vapid? You say vapid or vapid?
I say vapid.
I like that one.
Yeah, but I've heard it pronounced vapid too.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's
a fun word.
It's a fun word, and it's a good stab in the throat to someone who's just uninteresting and boring.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you vapid piece of shit.
It really sells it.
Yeah.
How many pillows do you sleep with?
I got like 5 or 6, but I only sleep with one.
They just sit in the corner, like on a shelf?
Collecting them like dead bodies, man.
Okay. That's an odd analogy, but yeah. Cool.
I just
5 or 6
threw out a pillow the other day, and I was just like, it's not comfortable. I don't like it. I don't even like the shape of it.
It's a weird color.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all depleted.
Yep.
What's your favorite holiday?
Thanksgiving.
Nice. Same.
Family, food.
You cook during Thanksgiving, or you just?
I mean, it depends if I'm
back.
Usually, you're staying with family or visiting friends or something like that. So it's like your obligation is usually not getting in the way. But if they need help, I'm there.
Oh, I go the other way with it. Like I'm always in the kitchen, like moving around, trying to make something. Yeah, I'm active participant in Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends. If in my family, it's like, get the fuck out of the way.
Sometimes
we're kind of control freaks like that. So we're like, I know. Like,
so do you cook? Is that like your thing? Do you not cook at all?
I'm not. I don't eat. I eat to live. I don't live to eat.
Interesting.
So, but like, I love eating. I love eating hearty food.
Sure.
And Thanksgiving is hearty food time.
Oh yeah.
And that on top of that,
stick to your stomach.
Growing up,
at
least in New York, now not so much in the South, but in New York, the biggest night to go out is Thanksgiving Eve. Everybody's home from college.
That's
Everybody's
never
in
been
from
a thing for
town.
me.
It's not a thing in the South. Up north, it's big. It's where everybody goes out to the bars and gets hammered. You're hanging out with cousins, family, this, that, and you have friends from college, friends from high school.
Sure.
And everybody's going out. You have 9 times out of 10, you have no like real
No responsibilities
the next day unless
it's
you're
that
responsible.
liminal space,
Yeah.
like between Christmas and New Year's. Like for me, Black Friday might as well not even exist on the calendar.
That's still not a thing for me.
Yeah, I did it when I was younger. Not a fan anymore. It's too much people camping out for deals.
You
for
really don't
20%
need
off.
anything that bad.
No.
Unless you're getting something for yourself.
Yeah, I was gonna think
Or
for
school
other
supplies.
people. School supplies, interesting.
Like
Yeah.
if you need a computer or something like that, I kind of get it. If you want a TV, I kind of get it. But
That's
other
an
than that,
investment, yeah.
other than that, I mean, I can't see myself thinking that my kid needs anything that desperately.
That badly.
Yeah, I just remember growing up, and even as a kid, I was living in Tampa at the time. I went to middle school. I was in middle school, and I lived in Tampa. That was like Tickle Me Elmo was the thing, and this is like in the mid '90s, and like parents were beating the shit out of each other in like Walmart parking lots, and I was just like,
For a fad.
and I didn't even like anything that I had that much, and I loved the things I had, but I was like, at the same time, I was like,
I wonder how many of those kids would just like to spend time with their folks. Rather than have them go off and wait for 8 hours.
now that's the only caveat. Like my sister will go. My sister did Black Friday. Not with my mom or anything like that, but like they did, like her and her boyfriend or her.
So
and
they
their
go as a
friends
group?
As a group, it's like a fun activity. It's like
That I'll do.
it's like a concert.
Yeah, sure. Like to just people watch and watch the crazy. If they had a spectator section
Yeah.
for Black Friday, I'd do that in a heartbeat. I'd buy tickets, man.
People who show up to the event and say, "I'm just people watching," you're kind of a part. Someone's watching you too.
Sure.
So you're kind of
that's fine.
You're a part of the herd.
If I could like throw in a baton or something and say, "All right, really, let's
Just
go
say
for
you
it."
like going to the thing.
I like going to the thing.
Yeah.
Or I did.
I just like the people watching. No, you fucking.
Now we have
you
Cyber
hump.
Monday, man. You can just wake up on your computer, just plug away at Amazon or whatever.
See, that's this is why I root for AI. I like.
Yeah.
I don't really, but like Cyber Monday, like Black Friday, that's not enough. Oh, we have the guy who's worth more money than all of those
America,
other stores
dude.
combined.
Relentless consumerism.
Dude, it's yeah. I'm sure you got exactly what you needed.
I'm sure, and it'll bring you all the joy that you've been missing.
You should
out
have to
on
take a
all year.
picture. Amazon should take a picture of you while you're on, and make sure you have clothes on while you're shopping on Cyber Monday.
That would drop off their sales.
It
numbers
shouldn't
quite
be
a
that
bit.
easy. It shouldn't be that easy.
Yeah, it's not. The gratification does not warrant like the lack of effort. Interesting.
Or at least they should just give you COVID. Anybody who bought anything during
Yeah. No.
anybody,
Absolutely.
and you know what? Better yet, anybody who posted
I
"Stay
appreciate-
inside, stay lives" has to get COVID to shop
Yeah.
on Cyber Monday.
I appreciate you helping this get flagged for medical information from the World
Not a
Health
problem.
Organization. No, that's good.
False flag.
Oh man, what was your first job?
On the books, I was a busboy at an all-you-can-eat pizza restaurant.
Oh, okay, good clientele there, or do you ever?
Yeah, it's just families. It was it was in high school, and it was a small town, Dallas, Georgia, and it was like $2.99 all-you-can-eat pizza buffet.
Did you get it at a discount?
I think we didn't have to pay for a drink.
Oh wow!
So like it was $2.99, and then you bought the drink for like
benefits,
$2. Yeah,
man.
yeah. I remember there was this girl that was working there, and she was I think I was 14 or 15, and she was like 16, and I knew she was cooler. She was hot, and I remember she gave me a handful of triple C's. Like, she's like if you eat a whole handful, you hallucinate. I remember being so turned on and so scared at the same time.
Yeah.
I took them, I went home, and I threw them in a sock, and I tied it in a knot, and I threw it in the in my sock drawer. And my mom went like on a rampage, just clean, like,
Sure, yeah.
I know he's up to something, and found the sock
Investigative
full of
cleaning.
pills.
Oh my god! What kind of?
And I remember
sociopath?
telling my mom, and I remember
Not even a sandwich baggie, a sock.
Dude, this is how on the level my mom is. I remember telling her, I told her exactly what happened. I was like, this girl I work with, she's kind of cute. She gave me the pills. I didn't know what to do with them. I didn't want to throw them out, but I didn't want to take them either. I just didn't know. That's why she's
like, oh, he's horny. It's fine.
no, she just knew. She knew. She's like, Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah, thinking with your dick.
she
She knew.
knows. Like,
She gets it.
She just gets. My mom's a strong woman, so I think when a strong woman recognizes like the power they have, the real power they have in the moment, especially like
that's got to be
young
a thing
impressionable
for moms.
boy. What's up?
Is like recognizing when their son is falling under the spell of an attractive young woman.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to be able to like mitigate and help them like navigate that.
Yeah, she didn't
shame you.
She didn't shame me. She didn't berate me or anything like that. She's just like, she was actually appreciative of the fact that
you could tell her probably.
I told her, and I didn't take the pills.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Like, you just squirreled them away in your sock drawer.
Yeah, this is clearly a guy who's gonna do whatever it takes to make a woman happy one day.
Yeah, but
and
he's
going to suffer
drugs.
greatly in silence.
He'll take the drugs, but not in front of them.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Do you believe in deja vu?
I don't. We went over that one.
Cool.
I don't. Yeah, I don't believe in it. I believe in it from a scientific standpoint that it actually is a thing that happens, but it's not.
That's kind of.
It's not an omen, a sign from the gods.
No, you don't think? You don't think the spirits are communing with you in that moment? Interesting.
I think when you you attribute meaning in the moment to where you are at in your life.
Yeah, meaning is ascribed. By the meaner. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess that would be the correct conjugation of the noun.
It's like things are happening exactly the way they should be
for you. Yeah.
For me, unless they're not, and then I'm like, "Fuck! What did I do?"
Yeah, looking for a sign.
Yeah,
just trying to find
I guess
something.
This is God's rejection is your protection. Like, there's so many different like signs you can. There's literally a phrase for any fuckery that's happening or benefit in your life.
Sure. Yeah. So, some bumper sticker wisdom to get you through it.
And it is whatever you need it to be.
Cool.
In the moment. I think you already had the quote of the day with God though.
God's like the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun one. Hopefully, people find this from God somehow.
I bet. Yeah, they won't. This will stand out amongst the other 4 billion podcasts.
4 billion, man. Finally coming in at the right time.
Yeah,
just right at the bell curve where I wanted to be.
I was on a roast with a guy, and he made it on Comedy Central, and that was my roast for him because he made it on Comedy Central in 2018. I was like, wow, right there when cable's taking off, buddy.
Yeah, it's all swinging your way.
They're gonna be bashing down your door for gigs now.
Yeah. He's an innovator.
They should
Comedy Central.
Yeah.
What's one thing you own that you really should throw out?
The pillows.
Pillows. Yeah, that's good.
That underwear and towels. But I'm getting better at throwing away underwear and towels now.
Good.
Yeah. Got a rip in it, got a stain. Towel's gone.
Just upping your standards for like what gets to stick around.
Yeah, Yeah. I mean, but I have shit. I really should get rid of books. I have 4 bookshelves in an apartment. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's a lot.
That's a lot of
bookshelves.
The internet
exists.
For an apartment.
You can find all that information out there.
But those are fucking trophies.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
look how smart I am.
Not even like a smart. Well, yeah. Well, like,
look how well read and educated I am.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta be reminded you're not a complete fucking.
Oh, every book that I've read this year sits in a stack, and at the end of the year, I'm gonna look at it and go, "Oh, look how accomplished I am."
Look at that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
and no, if you read, you are better than other people
for sure.
100%. And people who don't read don't like to think that.
Because they're
tweets
dumb.
and Twitter are not.
That does not a book make.
Now, that being said, there are more successful people.
But what is success, though?
It is whatever I need to tell myself to get out of bed, not fall into a crippling depression.
Yeah, no, that's the ultimate answer. Yeah. Not falling into the pit.
That's what success is.
Oh, I like that. If you had an assistant, what would their daily responsibilities be?
Find me a good avocado in the morning. Brew me coffee, because the coffee's going to be up until 5 o'clock. It's
right.
It's at any moment.
So just
because I work in radio, I would love for you to. I just want a producer. I want someone to find show prep. I want someone to find audio. I want to do all that.
Yeah.
Get through my show so it's better than it is now.
Of course.
And then I don't know. I don't like. I like. They kind of like maybe pay my bills.
Okay. Like actually from their pocket?
No, from my
yours. Okay.
I have money in my account, and I still won't pay my bills.
Is it negligence or resistance to it?
It's a little bit of both,
Okay.
and and some other kind of I'm better than that, and
better than paying bills.
I'm better than paying bills, but at the same time, it comes down to the wire. You're like, oh shit, I really do got to pay this bill.
Yeah, this house is nice. These apartments.
Yeah,
yeah, this would be great to keep.
I pay like. I live in an apartment. I have 5-day grace. I always pay day 5. I don't know why. I don't.
Yeah, just it seems resistant, like passive resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah, just I'm not going to go along with your charade.
Well, I mean, as an adult, how many opportunities do you have to be legally defiant?
Yeah, defiant for 5 days. That's enough of a burst.
Yeah,
I think to get you through the week.
I mean, it wasn't like when you were a kid when you just sneak in like
sneaking triple C's into your sock drawer.
No, I was thinking when we were in middle school, we used to sneak in construction sites and just destroy everything.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool pastime.
Yeah, like we were trouble. I was kind of I was a good, respectable douchebag kid.
Okay, that makes sense.
You know.
If everyone's cool, you're cool with it. But if someone's full of shit, you're going to let them feel the havoc.
Well, no, it's like, no, I'm talking like just actual reckless behavior. Like smashing windows, this, that, and the other.
Man, dude.
That kind of crap.
Yeah. As
long as you wouldn't get caught, you were fine. And I never got in trouble. But
that's what I'm trying to find is the respectable douchebag. Like where that line is.
Because, yeah. Okay, mom. Yeah, all right. You still
and
do.
And then you get out in the street.
Yeah, you get out in the street. Yeah, but at the same time, you wouldn't do it to anybody. Like you didn't pick on anybody.
No, that's bad. You can't bully people, but property.
Never was a bully. If anything, I'm a bully. I'm more of a bully now.
Okay.
Than I've ever been.
I could see that.
Because I bet you can. And that's more in. The idea,
it's playful though. Like it.
I
don't see you come down on other people like actually making them feel like shit.
No,
unless they're sensitive.
But I don't have patience for like one person in particular. I don't have like the false humility. Like I don't.
Oh, like fishing for compliments.
Something like that. Trying to try someone. It's a mix between that and they're trying to tell you how good they are without telling.
Like giving themselves backhanded compliments,
sort of like that. Something like that. It's almost it's like writing their biography for themselves in front of you, and I'm like,
or giving themselves a nickname. Yeah.
No. Well, all right. I know. I have a friend who's a comic who gave himself a nickname, and it fucking worked.
Did it?
It's the only time I've ever heard anybody, and it was Will Loden. He lives out in Houston now. He was a Memphis comic, and he called himself the Rattlesnake. And and it was.
Of course, he moved to Houston.
And I think. He went to Ole Miss for like a semester, and he was like, he got family in Mississippi, but he lived here. His like origin stories, I love and talk to the man all the time, and I still don't know
if he's a real person.
No, he's definitely not a real person, but he's like his timeline where he went to high school and stuff like that. But he called himself Rattlesnake, and I started having him call in to the station. I used to play like King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, Rattlesnake, and that would be like the bed, and then I would just ask him, and we'd make up a character for him that day.
That's funny. That's some pro wrestling type shit.
Yeah,
I love that. Let's see, what are your goals for this week?
Try to get enough rest. Try to hit the gym 4 times, and
is that par for the course?
3-4 times a week. That's my goal.
Yeah, and you go for like what, an hour or 2 hours?
45 minutes to an hour and a half.
Okay,
depending on where I'm at.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Only because I'm hosting a show on Friday, I'm hosting a Showboats game on Saturday, hosting the Gamblers game on Sunday, and then I have a band show on Monday.
God,
it's just like one thing after another.
You just work, man.
It's not really work, but yeah, it is work.
Well, it sounds like it's things you enjoy, but that doesn't exclude like the prep and the actual doing of it. Like keeping your energy up.
Yeah, because I got band practice and stuff this week as well. And then
you got a show at High Tone on the 14th.
I got a show. I'm hosting the Don't Tell Memphis comedy show downtown on Friday.
This will be like after. This will air after all that's done.
But, okay. Well, then none of it matters. I think
just check it out. See what else is coming up.
Yeah, it's just the show that we're doing on the 7th.
Yes,
and then there's another one. I think after that sometime.
I'm sure.
I'm not there yet.
Always something coming down the pipeline.
Well, I actually I double booked on the 7th, so I'm hosting your show and then I'm running to B-side. My band's playing there.
Okay.
We'll pick up the late the
late slot,
the later slot.
All
Probably
right.
play third.
Yeah, we'll try to get you out of there as soon as we can.
B-side things don't start till like a good show at B-side doesn't start till like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, that'll be in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
How often do you buy clothes?
I buy it for the event.
For the event.
And
Okay.
that's and when things
As
wear
we've
out.
covered, you have many events going on. So is that like?
Well, like I had to host a. I am band casual all the time.
Yeah.
Black jeans,
Graffiti,
Doc Martens,
yeah.
graffiti, or blank. This is
Blank, yeah.
or blank. I don't like labels. So it's either
Yeah.
a band or a blank shirt.
I used to be a lot like I hated labels on shirts,
Mm-hmm.
but now I've come around where I like going to Goodwill or like Salvation Army
Mm-hmm.
and finding some kind of label from something I don't recognize. So
Okay.
like someone had a barbecue
What's
and
this
they made a shirt
FUBU?
for it.
I love FUBU.
Yeah, it's great, man.
FUBU.
It's so fun to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wear this to church. It's
I remember
flashy.
wearing. I got a Mecca shirt in high school. And it was FUBU and Mecca. That was like the two brands at the time. And I was like Echo and stuff. I showed up to school in a Mecca shirt, and I remember like all these
Did
guys.
they let you know?
Yeah, they're like, man, Ross, I didn't know you were on the level. I was like, I didn't know either.
It upped your street cred.
Yeah,
That's great.
I'll 100% tell you I have no idea what I'm doing, and
Sure.
then I was just honest about it, and then it's just like. Ross,
man.
you idiot! But which
just like the
which gave
color.
me more points because why?
Yeah,
would
no, you just like the clothing. It's not
I
the
just like
association attached
Yeah,
to it.
it's just like that's a cool ass long sleeve, man.
You think so too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dogs or cats?
This point in my life, cats.
Really? So you've
Low
come
maintenance.
around.
Low maintenance. You can leave them alone for a week.
That's
It'll
true.
be fine. But I mean, dogs.
Dogs love you. They're gonna let
Dogs
you know
are-
how much
dogs
they
the
love you
shit.
as soon as they walk in the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just because I'm always running around doing whatever.
You need something you can leave in the apartment.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So, deep end. How can humanity take that again?
Yeah, go for it. I like it. No, I like these. These are good.
Yeah. How can humanity improve itself starting today?
You can admit it's gonna fail.
Just accept that.
Just accept that. This is not gonna end well.
We're going to
There's
the
going
edge
to be
of
a
cliff.
certain. Look, I'm not a communist, and I'm not like a
No, you're just
like a
Ross.
socialist at any point. But there's going to be a point in time where things are really rough, and we're going to look back on this period in time. Like, you remember that time when we had everything and we had so much money? We really should have been nicer to everybody.
Yeah, we could have
like really
sustained this a little bit,
we could have. Yeah, we could have brought everybody back up.
but instead we made everything into fireworks.
Yeah.
We had one big display.
Yeah.
Now it's all gone.
There's this. I don't know. There's this moment like I think what people believe it's gonna keep on going and going and going because.
God.
And I don't. I. That's why I kind of appreciate the people who are trying to get off this planet. They're like,
Yeah,
you know,
the ones
like-
who can,
like,
the billionaires.
It's
and
gonna be
shit.
horrible for the rest. Like
Sure.
only like a select few, but like as a race, I don't necessarily think this is the end all to be all. So
No, I don't think so.
this is a nice stepping stone, but.
The Great Reset, some
Yeah.
call it. Like, yeah, we're going to return to like foraging and survival and shit like that. All this is going to be gone. We're not going to have. I think it's either the internet goes out or money goes down or the grid, something where then everyone has to like be confronted with, oh, where's food coming from? How do I get clean water?
Yeah.
And then a lot of people are fucked.
So I remember the gas crisis and like now because everybody always refers to OPEC and waiting for lines and stuff like that. But I remember in like 2008 when we had the internet and Twitter and people were fighting and punching and pulling guns on each other.
Yeah, over the pump.
For $5-6 gas. Yeah. And I was like, you lived through that and you still don't have a sense of humor about how close we are to the line, and then going through COVID and that whole debacle and
Yeah.
stuff. So I like if we can kind of shed a little bit of the arrogance of thinking this is always going to be we're always going to find the answer. We're always going to find that. This, that, and
the
the
belief
other.
that it's always going to be okay.
Yeah, I think we'll be a little bit better off. At least we'll have a little bit less of
Not
a little less
off.
self-importance.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think to that point, like the idea that you assume it's always going to be the same way. You're encouraged by that. Mm-hmm. Lulling yourself into that sense of security is what makes it not okay. You need people in the wings who are constantly worried about like keeping the walls put up.
100%.
How does the water get, how does the gas get where it's going? If you don't have people who are like that, we lose more and more people like that every day because they just get lulled into security.
That's why like you stayed at home in air conditioning and ordered things online for 18 months because someone else was doing it for you.
Yeah, no. Because
that wasn't something that just happened.
No,
So,
they were workers
yeah.
that, they had to go out and actually make the machines, like keep the trucks running.
And you know what ended up happening? They ended up being healthier and having more fun.
Yeah.
And not being as emotionally hungover from the whole thing.
Oh, sure. Yeah. And you see it like the people who wear a mask like in their car still now. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think we're getting those people back.
You know what's funny? I live in Midtown, and so every once in a while you see someone with blue hair and a mask, and
Sure.
and I'm just like, yeah, cool, cosplay. I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't.
You like that look better. Like,
I get it. I'm like, cool, and I don't even see. I worked in children's hospitals for like 7 years.
Okay.
And so, anytime anybody gonna give you shit about wearing a mask, I'm like, just tell them your kid has cancer and make them feel bad. Mm-hmm. Who gives a fuck what they think about what you want to do?
It's not your business,
It's
dude.
not. It's none of it. Yeah. And if you're that self-conscious about your own existence and someone wearing a mask makes you feel that,
If that's what upsets you,
Yeah.
you're not working on your other shit, man.
yes,
you got a whole closet of shit to clean out.
yeah, that's the least of your problems.
Yeah, that's just the handle that you're hanging everything on.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
When was the last time you got an unassisted erection? Like that would be like that would be the next thing.
Right. That's what you should be focusing
Yeah.
on, not a mask. God. Okay. If a picture is worth 1,000 words and music is the food of love, what album cover would sum up your relationships?
I don't know why. This is not what. All right. So this is what I wanted to say. Definitely not Blind Faith.
Well, Blind Faith.
Blind Faith. They put a 14-year-old nude girl on their cover of their album in like 69.
I was gonna say we'll put the album cover in the video, but no,
No, you can't.
YouTube might take issue with
we're
this.
laughing because I hate how the generation now is like, it was never this weird and crazy. I'm like, they were Eric Clapton.
Yeah, you weren't readily exposed to it.
Yeah. Or you just you don't have a good measure on where you're at until you've already passed it. So you can look back on it. And so I'm like, dude, you guys were absolutely batshit crazy back at, like, you put a nude minor on the cover of an album supergroup. Ginger Baker. She was Ginger Baker. Eric Clapton. Who else was in it?
Jesus Christ.
The guy from Traffic, Steve Winwood.
Yeah, like fucking executives signed off. Yeah, let's print millions of these.
I was just
No one in the room was
Now-
like, "Hey guys, it's a fucking felony."
now fast forward to now.
Yeah.
You got Janelle Monáe. If you buy her vinyl for her new album, it's just her tits. Like you open it up and it's just her tits.
But she's of age, yes.
100%.
Okay then.
Okay, no, not an equivalent, but it's just like it's like the whole idea of art is just keep to push. Like you want to see how far you can push it without getting fucking caught
Of
or
course.
whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That album covers are weird because I digest music so much differently now that
How so?
Spotify and shit like that. So I mean,
Okay, I get you.
I'm listening to more bands than I've ever have, but I don't have the retention of half of the band names.
Yeah, you couldn't name half of them. Yeah.
But I love the music.
Sure. Yeah, they're in the playlist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the bands I love now aren't making really good album covers that I really care about, but I love the music.
Yeah. No, it
So-
fits a mood, whether it's driving or just hanging out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the big thing with me nowadays with music is like curating whatever music is going to fit the mood that I'm in.
Yeah.
You know,
I do love the filter that if you take a normal picture and you black and white and put parental advisory on it. Like that's my favorite album cover.
It really does like point a critique at like, oh, this is all just made up. It's arbitrary.
It really is. Well, that's all art is. In
of course,
in
it's
the,
subjective.
in the end.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, we're running a little less than an hour, but that's fine. I think we've gone through all the questions that I have.
It's supposed to be an hour?
Supposed to be an hour, but you know, I'm just doing this to like cover for the show, get some content out there.
Yeah.
So please, if you want to see this man host a show, come to Headshot Comedy Show on the 7th of July at the Voices of the South space. This will probably air like a week or two before that. Do you have anything that you want to plug for the people out there?
Shoot, I just know playing that show late night at B-Sides and
yeah. So
yeah,
so buy tickets to Don't Tell. I don't care about that show.
Yeah.
Buy tickets to Headshot, and then once you're done with that, race over to B-Sides to hear Deaf Revival.
Deaf Revival, yeah.
Tell me about Deaf Revival. I haven't seen them yet live. But
2-piece. I do the split signal. I got a low end, high end. Shout out to Risky Whispers for basically stealing every idea they had to make sure, because
sure,
like a template. But
all the best artists steal.
Yeah, it's just hard and heavy and very riff, very riff heavy.
Cool.
I'm everything starts and ends with the riff for me.
Yeah. So
lyrics are an afterthought.
So you pick the music, set the mood with the riff, as you put it, and then the lyrics follow to match it.
Well, I write the riff.
Write the riff,
and I bring it to practice, and I say, he'll give beats what he thinks, and if I don't like it, I don't like it. If I don't like what he has, I just like, we're not playing it then. Like I am very hard to work with musically.
I want
what I want
though, because you have a vision.
Yeah, I want what I want when I want it, if it doesn't work, I have no problem with it, but I need to hear it first.
I got to experiment it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you're writing a riff, do you like work it out in your head and then try to play something, or do you practice and play and just like something happens, like, oh, that sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try to recreate that.
Sometimes I'll hear a band and I'll be like, they should have done this, and then I'll just go
modify it.
I'll modify it and tweak it just enough. Without ripping it off. But 9 times out of 10, it's just I'm noodling around. I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty cool, you know?
Yeah.
Something like that.
With a recorder on, or just like listening for it?
I think I have 2,500 voice memos.
Oh, wow.
Most of the memory on my phone is all voice memos from riffs or stand-up sets. So, but it starts with the riff, and then you just
everything builds out from there.
Builds out from there. And
cool, man.
Yeah. I don't know when it happened either.
What happened?
Well, it was just like all about the riff, because it used to be about the chords and punk music and stuff like that. But then I realized if you actually learn how to play your instrument, it sounds really cool.
Funny how that works. I think that's just maturity. Like,
And then I got really big into the stoner rock, and then I was like, oh, okay, cool. I can be heavy and do that.
I got to come check out a show.
It's loud. We live up to the name for sure.
I'm all about that, dude.
If you can't be good, be loud and sweat.
Yeah, play your heart out.
Yeah,
for sure.
It should kill you a little bit.
Yeah, that's what the people want. Like, if you're not giving up a little bit of your life, then why'd they show up? Just to see you ditz around?
Yeah, that's kind of how. Yeah, that's and especially in this town. Shout out to Trip Shoemate from Heavy Eyes, because he was one who he was like, you know, everybody could play in this town. You're like, so why would if everybody knows how to play, why would they come watch you play if you're not doing something at least enthusiastically?
Yeah, you can't be exceptional, be enthusiastic. Good note to end on.
Yeah,
thanks for being here, man.
Absolutely, thanks for having me.
Cool.